Hey everyone, Jacob here from jacobteacher.com. I hope you're doing well. I've got another question this week from one of my email subscribers. Here is the question. I have a question about meanwhile, in the meanwhile, how to use them correctly. If I say, in the meanwhile, she checks with marketing team, please apply my suggestions, is this wrong? So that's a really great question. I'm going to talk about how you should phrase that sentence at the end of this video. But first, let's talk about the difference between meanwhile and in the meanwhile. In the meanwhile is kind of a strange phrase. Native English speakers do use it, but it's not very common. And to many people, it does sound a little awkward. Instead of in the meanwhile, most often you'll hear the phrase in the meantime used. In the meantime refers to a period of time before something that is expected to happen happens. Let's take a look at an example to make this a little more clear. Dinner will be ready in 2 hours. In the meantime, let's watch a movie. And what this means is during the time before dinner is ready, let's watch a movie. Here's another sentence. I won't have a phone until next Thursday. In the meantime, you can contact me on Facebook. And again, in the meantime, in this example, refers to the period of time before next Thursday. Now let's look at the word meanwhile. Meanwhile is an adverb that can mean a few different things. In the example you gave me, what I think you're trying to say is at the same time. And that is certainly one way that we can use the word meanwhile. So again, let's look at a few examples. Jane was leaving the office. Meanwhile, John was at home preparing a big surprise. So we're talking about two things that are happening at the same time here, two different events. Jane is leaving the office. At the same time, John is at home preparing a big surprise. These two things are happening at the same time. And you'll often see the word meanwhile at the beginning of a sentence with a comma after it, and it's kind of linking those two events together. Now, if you wanted to link those two events together in the same sentence, you would need a preposition. And I think this is what you're trying to do in your example. Let's look at the example that I just gave first and see how we can link those two events together in the same sentence. So you could say, Jane was leaving the office while John was at home preparing a big surprise. And again, this essentially communicates the same thing. While Jane is leaving the office, John is at home preparing a big surprise. These two events are happening simultaneously. They're happening at the same time. So to return to your initial question, I would use while in your example. While she checks with the marketing team, you also forgot the word the, which you need here. While she checks with the marketing team, please apply my suggestions. So I hope that helps. If you'd like to ask me a question, make sure to go to my website, jacobteacher.com, and sign up for my mailing list. The way to do that is to download my free ebook. I've also just opened the waitlist for my English language club. If you'd like to join the waitlist, there is a link to do that in the description below. All you need to do is go to my website, put your name and email into the form, and you'll be on the list. So that's everything this week. Thank you for the great question, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.